front.
I don't think anyone really got set on the protection or on the coverage.
This embattled Texans offense.
Yep. Who is coming out? It's Hoyer still in. Hoyer's still getting the call.
They're going to stick with Hoyer into this break for halftime.
He's made some good throws so far. Obviously 3 huge errors, but
he's going to line up with Jonathan Grimes in the backfield. He has Hopkins out to his right. He's got Washington in the slot out to his left. Coming across, it looks like Ryan Griffin.
I believe Andy Reid just called a timeout.
And Andy Reid calls a timeout.
I believe Andy Reid just called a timeout.
Is coming up in 8 seconds. And he didn't wait.
Look, do you see that ref go like, okay, why?
Andy Reid, now, he didn't call that timeout right when the clock started running again. He didn't call that timeout.
He didn't call a timeout. He didn't call a timeout.
He didn't call
There's weirdness going on with the
What the hell?
Okay,
they just assume he did because he's terrible.
Yeah.
And it's going to be
given
to Grimes, who goes nowhere.
I believe that was Justin Houston literally tackling 2 people at once. That was amazing.
Did he get a piece of Griffin as well?
He did. He took both of them down.
And
now we're going to Sonoma to talk about.
That's.
I want to say that's a
Honda Accord.
That's not a Honda Accord.
I was gonna say it looks like an Acura to me.
Oh, it's a Lexus.
It's not a Lexus.
It's not a Lexus.
She gets me. A fucking computer gets you.
It even mutes the radio until the seatbelts are buckled. Wow. My husband could use
What?
I'm curious what it is. What price range would you put this car in?
It's a Kia.
Oh yeah, you're so right. It's a Kia. It's absolutely a Kia.
Chevy Malibu.
Nope.
Whoa!
I was right the first time. Damn it. I knew it was a Chevy.
Wow, well they stole that styling straight up. The taillights are Kia and the headlights are Honda.
Yep.
Good job, Chevy.
Also, its mouth looks like that guy at the bar who's way too drunk, and it's just hanging open. Also,
all right, we're gonna mute this commercial.
So here's the thing about Bud Light. Okay, we're gonna have a talk about Bud Light here on Ray and Sam Host Everything. Bud Light.
Oh, it's emotional here in the studio.
Okay. All I wanted was for Bud Light to sponsor my birthday party last year. That's all I wanted, folks.
And they're up for everything.
They said they were up for whatever. Up for whatever. I asked them very nicely on Twitter 2 weeks before my party if they were up for whatever. Put your money where your mouth is and just give me some free Bud Light mixtails. And also international recording superstar Josh Groban to perform at my birthday party at my apartment. They didn't respond. I was forced to write a scathing post on Kissing Susie Colbert to hopefully bring their attention to the matter. And that was kind of the beginning of the end. So sports fans, please do your part. Boycott Bud Light. Get trending once again. # boring piss baby liar frauds.
Yeah.
And we're back to the game action. That's more about me. But
speaking of boring piss, Brian Hoyer gonna see if he can do something under center.
Rough, dude. He's
going to take the step. He's looking left. He's looking
rush.
right.
Oh my
God!
He
throws deep right to.
We're not going to be seeing Brian
Marcus
Hoyer.
Peters.
We are not going to be seeing Brian
Hoyer. He throws
Hoyer
it directly to Marcus Peters, who's going to have a chance to return this. He's going to return it like a kickoff.
Oh
it's like a punt. Marcus Peters, there's a flag down, but he's making a great move.
I was going to say, I think there was holding on the intercepting.
Ben Jones, the center, ends up making the tackle. Peters with a return of about 40 yards. Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer looking awful confident throwing to the other team.
And I mean, that was intended, I suppose, for Nate Washington, although Washington had no idea where this ball is. Has no idea where this ball is. Look at him, look up for it, and he's just, it's just nowhere near the route he was running.
No.
He has to turn back to his right to make the play.
Buddy, that was on Hoyer. Honestly, that was on Hoyer.
That's what. But I'm saying, I'm not saying. He should know where the ball is.
Sure.
I'm saying Hoyer threw it where it wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're lucky this wasn't returned for a touchdown.
No.
Unless it's coming back.
Peters had some great vision on there. Yeah, it was a block in the back by Eric Berry.
So they're fortunate, not only that it's not a touchdown, but fortunate that it's coming back
right
to around the 20-yard line.
I was going to say that he ran to about the 35 to 40. It's not much further there for a field goal opportunity, which would be huge in a
Brian Hoyer
game.
3 interceptions.
Yeah.
And a
3
lost
interceptions and a fumble. I would be very surprised if we don't see Doopy Panson after the half.
Terrible. All right, Alex Smith in the gun. Now let's see if the Chiefs can put some more points on the board before the half. Sharkandrick West up the middle.
Tripped up there after a gain of 5.
Hoyer looking around like an idiot. Marcus Peters pretty pleased with himself, although honestly, Marcus, it was not that impressive.
No, that came right into his hands.
And because it's the final 2 minutes of half of a football game, we have to take a million delays. So here's another commercial break.
Yep. I never understood this campaign.
Is that supposed to be a Wolverine? It's a raccoon.
Also,
and we're back.
We're back.
And Wilson in motion again. The give is to West. West.
West.
It's Ware.
Putting his head down
running over multiple defenders on way to a 20-yard gain.
He just put his head down and ran right through the defense.
Spencer Ware looking pretty good there.
Yeah. He got a very nice head of steam before he was able to break
perfect time for another coach.
Yep. Especially in an offense that's running the 2-minute drill and is liable to do no huddles. What the?
Of all the words in there,
Morty, Rick and Morty. What the fuck?
I don't understand.
So, can I mortgage my Rockets now? Can I do a home loan, but instead of a home, it's on a rocket?
Rockets on his own 37-yard line. It's Alex Smith. He's got Ware to his left. He throws it left to Wilson. Wilson again.
Oh man! Oh my God! Getting out of bounds too. After Wilson, a gain of 6-ish
against Brian Cushing, a linebacker completely unafraid to get physical.
Yeah. Brian Cushing there has actually been doing some very good work for the Houston defense, getting some pressure, but right there, Wilson just kind of overpowering him and making his way to the sideline.
Albert Wilson at 5'9", 200 pounds, not a big player.
Not a big player at all. One of the smaller players.
Wilson's going to move to the left, but the give is going to be to Ware.
He's not going to get it.
Ware is not going to get the first down, so it's going to be 3rd and short.
Wonder if Andy Reid's going to call timeout. Oh, hey, he did.
Well, he's only got 2 to work with. Houston calls timeout. Houston thinks
they want the ball back.
And let me just talk about my favorite person in advertising, and it's Milana Van True. And she's my future wife.
Yeah, and lots of data will mean lots of video chatting.
How much is that?
15 gigs, that's over 40 hours of
15
video
gigs,
chatting.
that's so much time I could be spending with you, Milana. Gigs is not a measurement of time.
Communication.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Yes, we are.
It's a really cute commercial, actually. I want to say, just Lily from AT&T, you realize just kind of ruined those.
Why are we running a commercial in between every play in a 2-minute drill?
Yeah, and
I guess there was a timeout on that one, but still, it was one commercial.
It was it's a short timeout. It was literally
Chiefs in the I formation is going to be a
pitch
to West,
and it's not going to be enough.
Short.
So the interesting thing about most, if not all, I believe the Chiefs got points off of one of Brian Hoyer's interceptions or fumbles.
That's true.
Only one. I think the Chiefs only have 3 points off of turnovers. The Texans defense has really been stepping up for Brian Hoyer and for the offense.
As they have all season.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
that man, Jeremy Maclin, has been invisible for most of this game.
Yep, he had that one okay catch for 5 yards.
Apparently, Charkandrick West is crying about something.
Well, I hope he's okay. I believe, they're calling a timeout. I was wondering if they were just going to take the...
Kansas City taking a timeout, which means almost certainly will commercial. Bill O'Brien not pleased about something or other.
Not pleased about the fact that, God, Bill O'Brien has one of the best double chins in the NFL.
There's a lot to
choose from. He's playing against one of them, right? Andy Reid, but Bill O'Brien
Reid doesn't have a
great
double chin so much as just a pouch.
And
then above it is like a little butt.
Oh.
And it looks like the Chiefs are electing to punt here. It's going to be Dustin Colquitt.
4th and 1 from midfield. I'm not sure. Okay.
Colquitt punts it. It's an angled punt. It's going down. It looks like a fair catch called for at the last second
Good
by
decision
Chris Mumphrey.
Keith
Mumphrey, excuse me. Really pushing his luck there.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a late. One of the later fair catch calls you're liable to see.
If he had gotten nailed by that guy who was coming down, I wouldn't have called it.
No, he's been frustrated by the coverage and by his inability to
sloppy punt protection.
He wants to run one back. He just really wants to run one back, and you can tell. He's waiting on what? Oh,
and it looks like Hoyer's going to take
Hoyer's
a knee.
Going to kneel it out. That's
sending us to halftime.
It's about as good as you can hope for.
The Toyota halftime show, our halftime, of course, sponsored by Mazda, because
the specific Mazda Miata.
Yes,
only the Miata.
By the 1990 Mazda Miata. Make new
and only red ones.
Slogan.
And only red ones with removable hard tops.
That's not. I don't have one of those.
I know.
Great.
It's zoom, dude.
Right.
Why did you?
It wasn't zoom in the 90s. Okay. And also, it's driving matters now. But
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because they have those new commercials that are
now who's the idiot?
Dude, their new commercials are
the only interesting thing to happen so far.
Unless you like laughing at Brian Hoyer. The first 10 seconds of the game. There was So we had this, and then we had 4 turnovers by Brian Hoyer. This is a very Big Ten football game so far. And this was interesting.
How exciting is that?
This was interesting. The not that part. Well, yeah, that was interesting too, but I would love to see if the Texans can find offense, any offense, not even like a good offense, just like an offense. I would love to see them come out in that set again.
Well, they drove down the field.
That's true. They drove down the length of the field. I think they started from like the 20, the 30 after a punt, like a shortish punt. They did drive right down to the 2-yard line.
And it was not the only, I believe, turnover in the red zone that they had. Or close to the red zone.
It was close to the red zone. The other one, I think, happened around the 30.
You have to see better. We know what we need from the Texans offense, which is better play from the quarterback position.
Yep.
Perhaps better protection up front from the line as well.
Hoyer's been getting protections. He's had time.
The strength of the Chiefs is their secondary, and yet you've seen a lot of Chiefs players in the backfield, and that's just going to make it tough.
Yeah, that's true. Let
alone one as terrible as
Brian Hoyer. So
what do we need to see from the Chiefs' offense to run away with this? Because they're only up 13-0 at the half here.
Well, right. It's still a 2-score game. If the Texans come out hot and they just run the field twice, then they're winning, right? But Alex Smith,
whoa, let's just take a pause here. Ben Roethlisberger looking as big as ever.
Exactly like Harley from Epic Mealtime.
Like that, that's gross, man. He's just, God.
Ben Roethlisberger, not an attractive man.
No.